It is The Riot on Radio U.
This is our most wonderful, favorite show of the entire year.
This
is our annual Christmas show. So in this, we feature, sometimes with our artists, some Radio U Christmas artists that we play. So Mike Maines makes it in here. Wolves at the Gate, we check in with them. We talk with Project 86. And we also check in with Family Force 5.
We do.
Gosh, it's been, and we cover it in this. You'll hear it. It's been a long year for them.
It has.
And I know they're looking forward to next year, and hopefully that'll include some new music.
Yes. So that's in there. And I can't, if you want to know the truth, I don't know what else we're including from the show today.
Just Christmas stuff.
It's Christmas stuff. But specifically, I don't know what all is going to make it, but it's us talking about some of our favorite Christmas stuff. Oh my gosh, and we didn't even mention the Riot Awards.
That's right.
The Riot Awards are in this podcast. We've never done this, but we pick our favorites of the year as far as movies, games, and song or album.
So that's included
2017.
too.
So you guys enjoy this podcast, and we are going to be gone. You'll still get podcasts next week. It's going to be Worst of the Riot 2017.
That'll start on Tuesday.
But Nikki and I will be taking a break. I'm planning on streaming a couple of games from the Steam sale, I think, during the break there. So if you don't follow us on Facebook yet, you should, because you're getting our show from this week, and you'll get some streaming next week as well.
You'll get some stuff even when we're not on. So check us out at Radio U Riot on Facebook and our YouTube channel. We'll have our interviews posted there, too. And everyone have a really, 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 I'm knocking because it's that important.
It's very important.
Really, really wonderful Christmas. We love everybody so much.
Yeah, so what
Merry
Nikki said.
Christmas.
It's the Riot.
Leftovers from the most disgusting meal you've ever had. It's the Worst of the Riot on Radio U.
It is the Riots proudly presenting the Riot Awards 2017.
Hey. This is a first for us. We've never hosted an award show on our show.
It's going to open up so many possibilities.
Once people realize we can host these things,
it's going to be huge. Our first category, if you'll hand me the envelope, is the Riot's favorite movies of 2017.
Now, there was many movies this year.
Yeah,
Notice I didn't say many good movies, but I said many movies.
Let's take a look back at the first movie that the Riot saw this year, John Wick Chapter 2.
That's not getting my vote. I was so disappointed in that one. I knew it was going to happen.
The Lego Batman movie.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was pretty good. Beauty and the Beast. Hey, whether you liked it or not, it was a big one. Okay?
I know it was. It made over $500 million, if I remember.
So much money.
You think it's million or billion?
Probably billion. 500 billion. That's too much. Alien Covenant, Spider-Man Homecoming.
You were looking forward to that one.
I was. Logan, Thor, Justice League, Baby Driver,
Guardians of the Galaxy 2,
Get Out, Wonder Woman, The Last Jedi, Dunkirk, which I haven't seen, so, I mean, maybe that would have been my pick. But, you know what, let's, you ready to get into the envelopes here?
I am.
Okay, so talk to me. Nikki, the Riot Awards, your favorite movie of 2017?
It's a close one, and I change every time I open my mouth because I keep wanting to no, I'm going to go with the other one. Can I really call it a tie between Thor and Baby Driver? See, Thor was so funny, though. Like, really, really funny. And Baby Driver was so well put together, like, so technical.
Yes.
That I feel
a masterpiece.
Like they're not, like, in competition with each other. Instead, it's highlighting those separate sides of the movie-making industry. But, boy, they were both good. So those are my top.
I in what is undoubtedly a first for us ever is that we're completely agreed.
We are?
I picked Thor for my favorite movie of the year.
I'm not surprised.
In fact, one of the things I want to do with my recently acquired Movie Pass is I want to take, Nikki and I are going on Christmas break.
Yeah.
This is our last show until January 2nd. And we'll be doing Worst of the Riot in case anybody's freaking out. Like, what do you mean? Like, it'll be Worst of the Riot 2017. So that's another award show.
That's our look back at the year.
I don't think, like, when I look at all the movies that I saw this year, I don't think there's a single movie that I enjoyed more than I enjoyed Thor. Now, we could argue about, like, well, you know, was this more, as Nikki had said, technical? Was it more of an art piece? Was it a this? Was it a that? I'm talking right now about if I had to pick the movie I just had the most fun with all year, which is what I'm doing.
It'd be Thor.
It really would be.
Remember that part when he fell out because he'd been falling for like, what did he
I've
say?
been falling for 30 minutes.
I love that part because I was like, oh, that was amazing. I always wonder what happens when you're falling in a hole. It was just the best. Yeah. I should see it again, too.
I really would like to. My honorable mention, I think, it's probably a toss-up between Last Jedi and Blade Runner 2049.
No one liked out. Oh, why you put that one in there?
I know nobody liked that, but I'd also like to give a shout-out to Baby Driver and Spider-Man Homecoming, too.
You liked that one. That was good.
Spider-Man Homecoming gets better the more you watch it. I loved I'm giving Spider-Man Homecoming my honorable mention. There it is.
Okay.
That's my honorable mention.
So that is our 2017 Favorite Movie Awards.
Wow!
Yay! How did we do?
It was so great, too, just being able to go through the nominees and hand them out.
Where's the gift basket? We hosted it.
We'll get that later. You make sure, just put it in my dressing room.
The Riot has a problem with authority.
It's a little rule. Maybe you're not familiar with it. Nobody tells me what to do, ever.
It is The Riot on Radio U.
So I think Wolves at the Gate falls under a tradition.
Oh, man, we've talked to Steve a lot from Wolves at the Gate, and this year we're changing it up, Nikki.
We're really changing, but it's normally at Christmas time we catch up with the guys.
We always catch up with Wolves at the Gate at Christmas, and so I'd like to introduce you to St. Nicholas.
Aw, St. Nick. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I am we just got back from Germany, so we're just kind of living life at home for a little bit right now, and that's been kind of it was nice to get to go out and do the show, but it's also nice to be back home in America. So
how long do you guys go? Like when you went to Germany, how long was it for?
So we typically, it's about a week. So we'll leave like on a Wednesday to go to the airport, and then the plane won't actually, by the time we get off the plane, we won't be in Germany until Thursday morning.
Ah, sure.
Because of the time difference. And then the festival that we play every year is usually Friday and Saturday, and then we fly out on Sunday.
So for you, what is a Christmas rock night tradition? Like when you get over there, what is it that you have to see or have to eat or have to do while you're there?
Dooner. Dooner would definitely be that.
Now, see, we always call it donor. Is it Dooner?
It is Dooner. There are two dots above the O.
Yeah.
And it actually makes a U sound.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's how they pronounce it. Yeah, there's this, so if you go out of the hotel and go down the street, there's a little Turkish shop that sells lamb, that sells Dooner, and they have like Dooner pizza, which is delicious. I tried that for the first time this year, and it's fantastic. So, which is basically just cheese pizza with lamb on top of it, and
it's good. Well, that's a shame because we always call, like, when we go to the Dooner place, we're like, we'll have donor. So of course, he's like, probably not even correcting us. He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. He just wants our money. Now, Nick, I've got to tell you, now, I've been promising Nick for like a year that if he would come in, I would buy him lunch.
Yeah.
And, of course, he was available the day before Thanksgiving when we were all gone. But, Nick, I'm telling you right now, the next time you come in and we will buy you lunch and we will take you, there is a Dooner place that is not far from here, and you can tell us if it's legit or not.
That sounds awesome. Well, funny you should say that because this weekend actually is like the official date, quote unquote, I guess. But starting the beginning of the year, I will be living in Columbus.
Yay!
I will no longer live in Dayton. So maybe there will be more hangout opportunities there.
I think that'll be good.
Well, I'll tell you what, dude. Yep. You whenever you get yourself right
to the studio,
then you get yourself over here, and like there's some Dooner in your future for sure. For sure, man. So hey, let's talk about you. Like we've talked to Steven a couple times, but what about you?
This is Nick from Wolves at the Gate.
This is Nick from Wolves at the Gate. Mm-hmm. What about your Christmas traditions? Like what will you get up to next week?
So normally, like for me, like my biggest thing is just like family time.
Yeah.
So it's been a tradition that that's been going on since probably I was a kid. Usually like since our family has expanded, like all the cousins or like the older cousins are starting to have kids and stuff. And they usually spend like some of the like, like personal holidays, like Thanksgiving and like, Easter and all that. They'll spend that together, by themselves, but Christmas and I think 4th of July are the two that we do every year where the entire family,
all comes
young
together.
and old, everybody comes together. Yep, we get them all together under one roof. And our biggest thing is the Christmas Eve thing. My grandfather started that tradition many, many years ago. And yeah, that's like our big thing. We make sure we can get everybody in on Christmas Eve, and we usually go to a church service, or sometimes we even have like a reading and, have a service in our home, and we kind of sit and we pray and just kind of commune with everybody and catch up and see how things are going. And, because some people, we don't get to see for months on end or even a couple years. And, especially me, like Dayton's, an hour and a half from where I live. So I don't really get to
see everybody.
Family time.
Yeah.
So that's our big thing is Christmas Eve.
Well, that sounds fantastic.
Oh, lots of family, lots of love.
What's the food? What's the food situation like? What are you going to eat? What's your Christmas food?
Oh gosh, it's funny because like we don't ever have like a specific food because my family loves to eat, and I'm sure if you've heard Steve say anything about me, it's that food is my forte. Like,
anything goes.
Anything goes, anything and everything. Yep, as long as it doesn't kill me. So, yeah.
And there's only one way to find out if it's going to kill you.
That's right. You got to try.
Down the hatch. Best of luck, everyone.
Safety first. There we go.
Steve and Ben will tell you many a story on occasions, more than I would like to admit, where that is the case. So, but yeah, we kind of just bring everything. I mean, like turkey with Thanksgiving, that's like a tradition, kind of thing. But with us, we bring everything. We do turkey, ham, chicken, like all of the protein, like every bit of carb that you can think of, so like mashed potatoes. My grandmother always makes these like cheesy potatoes, slices that are, oh my gosh, to die for. Yeah, so it's just kind of anything and everything. Everybody brings something to contribute. So it's
nice.
Never like a set thing, it's always
pile it in.
Surprise. Yeah.
We call it whole hog.
Whole hog.
Whole hog.
Whole hog. I've never heard that before. But
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yep. Feel free to use that.
Anytime with your family.
We're talking to Nick from Wolves at the Gate. Now, Nick, looking forward into 2018, any tidbits of Wolves at the Gate news you want to throw our way?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a tour coming up starting in March, and it ends the whole tour ends in about the May time. But we're actually only doing like the little bit of the first leg of it, just because we all have family obligations. Steve and Ben have kids, so so they can't afford to stay out on the road for like the full 2 months.
Yeah.
It's the City Rock Fest tour that Disciple and Seventh Day Slumber do every year. They asked us to do it this year, and we thought it'd be a great idea, so we accepted. And typically it's a 2-month long tour, and there's like a 10-day break in between. But unfortunately, we can't afford to do the whole thing, so we're kind of only doing that first leg. But we're just kind of getting geared up for that, and we are in the middle of writing new music.
Yay.
Awesome. Yeah, we're trying to also spend time doing that amidst the crazy holidays and the family time and, all that. So we're trying to just pump out as much as we can and get it locked down, and just hopefully have some material, have some finalized material to put out, soon. So
cool.
So because we've got lots of demos, lots of material to work with, but you know how that goes. It takes a while to kind of fine tune everything. So.
Sure. Well, this is Nick from Wolves of the Gate. Merry Christmas, sir.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
You sound very Santa-y right there.
Well,
Merry Santa. Yep.
Well, tell everybody we love them, too, and we cannot wait for 2018 for you guys and new music, too.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, we should have a Columbus and a Cincinnati date coming up soon, so with the City Rock Fest tour, so I'm sure you guys will. Hopefully, if we're on those shows, you'll be hearing about those. So.
Cool. All right, sounds good, man. Hang on just 1 second. We got to take Nick to lunch.
I know
Get
we
into
do.
the Dooner.
Now that we've been saying it wrong the whole time.
I got to get to the Dooner.
The worst of the riot has no expiration date. It's born spoiled. It's The Riot on Radio U.
And I'll have the number 8. That's a party platter. It serves 12 people. I know what I'm about, son.
The Riot. Food fight.
Finally.
Do you guys know how long we have been looking at these?
Have we had these things since Thanksgiving, or when did these get in
I don't think it's
here?
been quite that long. Chris brought them to us 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I think it's more than that.
You think it's been longer than that? Okay, maybe it
I think
has been.
so.
Look
These
at that.
are the peppermint Twinkies, which will expire. Is it tomorrow? No, Sunday.
Sunday, December 24th.
They expire Sunday.
Yep, they do. So it says here December 24th.
That's how long we've had them ready to go. These are super ultra red Twinkies, and they're sweating. If you look in the packaging, they're sweating.
Yeah, that's it decaying.
Do you think so? That's
yeah.
them like breathing, like they're trying to get out.
So take a look at this Twinkie. This is if you found this in nature, the color would say to you, stay away, danger. You don't eat this. Okay, that's what this color is trying to communicate to us as people.
At Christmas time, this color means Christmas, festive, peppermint, must eat.
Definitely.
Is the cake peppermint too, or is it just the icing?
No, it's got to be the cake, right? There's some kind of...
It smells good. Smell the bottom.
This says peppermint cake with creamy filling.
Maybe. Smell the bottom.
So I think maybe the cake itself is what's peppermint, not the cream.
Could be, even though the cream is pink. It looks like candy cane cream.
Oh, I don't think so. I think you're just seeing that. Look on the box. It's supposed to be white.
But here it just looks like it with the cake.
Because it's bled together.
Well, the Twinkie Hostess Peppermint, I think these are limited. And they do have an expiration date, like we said.
Yeah.
These don't go forever.
All right, here we go.
I've been looking for this so much. Peppermint Twinkies. You get that when you breathe in, you get that whiff of peppermint. Well, what do you think?
It doesn't feel super pepperminty, do you think?
No, I don't. I think it's in the air. Like there's an essence of it, like an oil of it.
The other thing that I have noticed for real is that I can remember liking Twinkies.
Yeah. But you don't like them anymore?
It's not that I don't like them. I just don't think they really taste very good.
Well, I mean...
But do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, where it's that thing where it's like, you know what? Oh, I love Twinkies. And then you eat one and you're like, you know, it doesn't taste as good as it looks. And I seem to have a memory of it tasting better.
What's the one that we tried? The chocolate-covered Twinkies are still very good. Like, this will, in a Christmas pinch, this will do. This is still good, but... It's
right,
not
though.
as pepperminty that most Christmas items that we try, they overdose it with peppermint. Yeah. It's not like that.
No, but you're right. That's the thing we need. That's probably the thing that killed it for me. We had those white chocolate fudge-covered Twinkies. That was something where it was like, okay, if I die now, I'm peaked.
Fine. Like, those are the best ones.
I have peaked right now when I eat this thing.
But these are a good second or third place behind those.
I'll tell you who likes these is Michael.
Our boss.
You know what we should do? We should be like, Michael, look, we got you something for Christmas.
Put a bow on it, and you can have one
these
left.
yourself. So, Hostess Twinkies. I think, Nikki, you nailed it. It's like they'll do in a pinch, but it's not really...
See how it says limited edition? Mm-hmm. Well, we're not sorry about that.
I'm not crying. I'm not buying extra boxes.
True.
Yeah, so...
We thought about selling the worst of the riot, but let's be honest, no one is buying this stuff. Get it for free on the Radio U app.
It is The Riots on Radio U.
Welcome back to the award show today.
The Riot Awards 2017. Part of our Christmas show, of course.
Well, let's see. We covered our favorite movies from 2017. So now it's time to talk music and what came out this year.
Nikki and I agreed on our 2017 movie. We both picked Thor.
We did. We went with that.
I don't think we're going to end up picking the same music.
Probably not. And music is hard because
it's hard.
We have so much music, and we even have more music that never makes it onto Radio U. Mm-hmm. So, like, our minds are full of it. So it's really hard to kind of pinpoint what is your favorites.
So, Nikki, talk to me about your runner-up. What did you pick for your runner-up of best song or album 2017?
I have two. and I
do you mean?
add more.
Do you have two runner-ups or two picks?
Two runner-ups.
Okay, good. Let's hear it.
So my two runner-ups, we just did a New Music Friday for All Eternity.
Yes, we did.
I'm going to pick the whole album. I just really like it.
That's okay.
So I'm going with that. And I also really enjoyed Daraj for some of his songs. I'm not going to say all albums, but there was a couple of standout songs, so I'm going to go Daraj for a runner-up artist.
Okay.
My main one that I was
squeeze.
My main squeeze.
Nikki's 2017 album or song of the year.
And I think because it just brought the feels, because it was so nice to have him back, is Crusoe.
Really?
Which came out early in 2017. It had been a while for Jeremy from a band in Kansas. And I know they're back to doing some stuff now, too. But I picked just having him back was super nice.
Okay. All right. So let's move into Obadiah's picks for Best Song or Album 2017. My runner-up goes to my man Crumb.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Formerly known as Play-Doh. I still think that he writes the best lyrics. They're the best.
And he does not get enough recognition for that talent.
He has such a gift to put together words, and it's so good, man. His album Blue Eyed Devil, it came out in February, and a lot of times when albums come out earlier in the year, it's really easy to forget that they're part of this year, kind of remember them as last year, but I spun that album over and over and over and over again. Just absolutely loved it. So, Crumb, this is a hard pick, but there was one other one that really got me, and we've even talked about it on the show here recently, and that is Daraj's Goodish.
You do enjoy that one.
The EP is great, but I will have to tell you that the song Goodish, it's my favorite song of the year. And you might be like, well, Obadiah, yes, favorite song of the year. Found it over the summer.
So even though it's called Goodish, it's great.
Oh, it's my favorite. Like, I have listened to it over and over and over.
Is that the end of our we have to get off the stage. We must get off now.
They're pulling us off stage.
They're ready for the next category.
But it was, man, it just hit me. The music, the message, and then just the artistry. And it's him. There's another artist in that song, but I can't remember who it is. But like, it's really good stuff. So Nikki and I you picked Crusoe.
Yeah, just again,
being back.
A lot of great new music, and I've always really liked Jeremy's voice, and it was nice to have him back in the music this year.
And I will say, if you feel like, man, so underrepresented in the awards this year.
Lame! If we did not pick enough.
The part that keeps me up at night, we paid them for this. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
It is the Riot on Radio U. Christmas show!
Merry Christmas, everybody. Our most favorite show of the entire year.
Absolutely.
No question about it.
I love it. We get to check in with friends. Yes, we get to play music.
It's so nice. All Christmas music this morning. If you missed anything, including a few weeks ago, we caught up with Andrew from Project E6 for the album release. But now we're back to talk Christmas time.
Good morning and Merry Christmas, Andrew.
Good morning.
Merry Christmas.
Dude, it's so nice to talk to you so soon. Normally we go longer stretches, so it's nice to catch up with you for Christmas.
I know. It's such a good month for me. The pleasure's all mine.
Well, dude,
more project.
We're going to cut straight to the chase. I want to know, what did you ask Santa for this Christmas?
Anything good?
I'm going to date myself so bad right now.
Okay.
And this is going to bum so many people out, which is why I'm going to say it.
Okay.
I'm afraid. What is he going to say?
What is he going to say?
My number one thing I wanted for Christmas. Are you ready? Drum roll.
Yes.
Socks?
Socks.
No, okay.
What is that?
Do you
That's
mean
a
like
practical stocking stuffer, but my goodness.
Like fancy socks?
Or like snowboarding socks or...
Just socks.
Just
I
socks?
need some socks.
Well...
Just socks. Yeah, like cool socks, right? Like, I have a growing Star Wars sock collection. I just keep getting them as gifts from people.
Yeah,
nice.
But you want everyday practical socks?
Cool socks. I mean, not just like black socks, but like cool socks at least. Yeah, I guess fancy, sort of.
Because sometimes I see you guys get those socks where they're like 25 in a bag, and that's not what you're looking for.
What? I buy...
No, I don't need that. Like, just more like cool socks to wear,
cool socks.
Not necessarily even socks that people see, like socks that you wear with boots, but socks that are cool.
Okay.
Now, Andrew, we would have never guessed that.
No.
Never, ever,
Yeah, I
ever.
know. That's why I said it. I might have asked for some other more interesting things, but
socks is the top
for some
one.
reason I wanted to say socks.
Okay.
We'll keep it on socks. All right. Nikki, are you getting socks? Actually, Nikki, here's something, Andrew, that you might not know. Nikki hates things on her feet.
I don't like socks.
She hates socks and she hates shoes. She would rather just wear flip-flops.
But, depending on the weather, if it's frightful, I need to get socks.
Correct.
I usually go with the ones that are like barely anything, like barely just get over the heel, and that's it. So that's all I need.
So let's talk about the Andrew Christmas traditions. Like when it comes up to Christmas, like what's the thing you can't wait to do?
Well, when I was a kid, my Christmas tradition was on Christmas morning. I would sneak out of my room at 3 in the morning, and I would go look at and shake and size up all the presents and take an inventory. My parents were never aware that I was doing this, but it was so exciting. I did this every year.
That was it?
It
That's
was
the
such
thrill?
an adrenaline rush. Such an adrenaline rush. I stopped doing it like 3 years ago.
Now, wait, would you
they were all socks.
Would you just not go to bed, or would you set an alarm to get up at 3, or did your body just know 3 o'clock
No,
was
my
it?
body would just know it was Christmas.
Yeah.
This is when I was like 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. I would just wake up at 3 in the morning, 3 to 4, somewhere in there. It was still dark, but my parents were in bed, and the presents were all under the tree for the first time. So it was just excitement.
Talking to Andrew Schwab from Project 86.
He would sneak down and check out the presents early.
He was like the spy hunter, even when he was little. He was
Very
down
good
there
reference. Good
sneaking
reference.
around, checking those presents out. Well, Andrew, it's been super good checking in with you for Christmas, man. I know you guys just released a new album. Is there anything new year coming up, Project 86, that we should know about?
Man, we have a lot of things in the works for the new year in terms of touring and shows nationally and internationally. We will be making announcements about some things music-related, related to our new record in the first part of the year.
Okay.
But the main thing is just pushing this new record and getting as many people to hear it as possible just in the short term. And then you know us, we can't rest for long, so we will be working on something new very shortly. But right now, the new thing is the new album, Sheep Among Wolves.
Right on.
Available wherever digital music is sold, or if you want a compact disc, visit us at project86.com.
Merry Christmas.
There it is, man. There it is.
Or vinyl.
Or socks. Maybe, Andrew,
socks.
you should lead the charge. Maybe new Project 86 merch should include a sock of some sort.
Sock.
I think that could be something possible, so.
That would be cool.
All right. Well, Andrew, do us a favor and hang on just one second.
Hang tight and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Yay!
Andrew.
With virtual reality, the possibilities are endless. It gives us the ability to live out any of our wildest dreams. So maybe we can use it to pretend the riot doesn't exist. The Riot on Radio U.
And I'll have the number 8. That's a party platter. It serves 12 people. I know what I'm about, son.
The Riot. Food fight.
All right, let's talk. Food fight number 2 for the day. Nikki and I have been sitting on these, keeping them warm. No.
Like a mommy with a mommy
egg.
bird with a little bird egg.
With a little eggnog. So we're staring at Little Debbie's eggnog cake rolls.
Now, earlier during the show, we taste tested the peppermint Twinkies. So think the same, well, no, just the opposite. So you've got, instead of a Twinkie, it's an egg roll.
I would like to
or
know.
Or an eggnog roll.
Let's get a load of this, all right? The eggnog roll,
This
first
is
off, it
bigger.
feels like a brick.
It does.
It's so heavy.
Way bigger than the Twinkie.
Oh, did you know? Wow.
These are the same company, are they?
No, but I'm about to blow your mind. Do you know that the Twinkies nutritional information, that 2 Twinkies is the serving size?
How many? Like how many calories?
260 calories.
Well, that makes
for
you
2
feel
Twinkies.
better.
Well, I'm just saying, because that's most of the time it's like you get Pop-Tarts and they're like 1 Pop-Tart is a serving.
They
like,
assume you can't just eat 1 Twinkie. What about the eggnog roll?
No, the eggnog ones, this is 1 roll. So in one of these is as much calories as there are in 2 Twinkies.
All right. Well, it feels heavier.
I was curious about that. Let me see. Is there a product description here? Natural and artificial flavors.
It smells really good.
Okay, let's back up just a minute. Are you a fan of eggnog?
Not as much. I'll have it like a couple of sips each year.
Yeah.
But like for Starbucks, they always try to throw eggnog at you each year. And you're
you
like,
can keep that. An
now
eggnog
they're trying
latte.
gingerbread and all this cocoa mix. You're like, no, thank you. But it smells lighter. It smells nice.
If someone handed me an eggnog latte, I would eat it.
Yeah,
but I
drink
wouldn't
it.
order it. Oh, eat it. Yes, drink it. That's what you do with an eggnog latte.
If they hand you the eggnog roll from Little Debbie, we'd eat that as well.
The eggnog cake roll. All right, are you ready?
Uh-huh.
All right.
The cake roll part is so much better, don't you think?
Oh, I don't like that. Oh, no, I don't.
Well, I'm taking the calories for the team. That one's really good. I think the cake roll is better than a Twinkie.
I will say that in general, this of the two.
But you don't like the eggnog taste?
I think it's the eggnog taste that I don't like, quite honestly. Like, I'll drink eggnog, but in a cake, I don't like that. But I will have to say, I think of the two, this is a far, far more high-quality item.
Oh, that's so good.
It tastes fresher.
Yeah.
And it's better.
Well, that one more can come home with me for Christmas on Monday.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wish you would like it.
No.
Can't you just pretend for me? It's delicious.
This thing is amazing.
It's really good.
Wow. Like, I'm blown away by it. You know what? Can I take it home? I hate the fact that you always get everything.
I'll take it. I insist.
Am I pretending enough?
Yes, no, thank you.
Should I push harder?
No, it's fine.
You know what we really
I think that's really good. I like the cake.
What we really need here is a palate cleanser.
I can't eat anymore, but those are so good.
We need a palate cleanser. I need a North Pole Nutty Bar.
Okay, have a bite.
Oh, what?
Take it. Do we have any left?
Oh, yeah. But I'll tell you, people have been hitting the North Pole Nutty Bars.
That's because we opened it.
Once somebody cracks a seal on something around here, like, it's done.
They smell it in the air. It's like blood in the water. They just know that the nutty North Pole Nutter Bar things. Those are tops. Is that too much?
I'm overwhelmed.
You're overwhelmed. So that's it, our riot food fight for the eggnog roll from Little Debbie and a North Pole Nutter Buddy Nutty Buddy Bar.
No, it's not.
It's not?
It's a North Pole Nutty Bar.
Nutty Bar. That takes tops, but those have been out for a while.
I think he's like, my Nutty Buddy. I take him with me where I go.
I think it says buddy. It'd be fine.
I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just not technically correct.
Okay, stop talking. Go get a drink.
All right, fine.
Want to know what the Riot is doing right now? Follow them on Instagram and Twitter at riot.radiou.com. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
It is the Riot on Radio U. Merry Christmas, y'all.
It would not be Christmas without a check-in with Family Force 5 as well.
Feels a little necessary for the Christmas show.
Absolutely does. And Teddy is joining us from Family Force 5. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are y'all?
We're doing very good. We're excited.
Yep.
Like, this is the last big thing, and then we've got Christmas.
Yeah, Nikki and I, like, when we get done talking to you and a couple other people, that's it for the whole rest of the year.
We're done, so we're very much excited.
So this
I was told by a friend to ask if you were talking to Jordan Feliz Navidad on this show.
Jordan Feliz Navidad? No, we're not. I don't believe we're talking to him.
Oh, that's all right.
Is he in the room with you? No.
Quite possibly.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. So, man, what's life like for Teddy? Don't talk to me about Family Force 5. I want to talk
Not
about
yet.
Teddy the man. I want to talk about you.
Oh, no. Well, we're going to get in trouble then. I'm excited.
So what do you got?
Well, I am now in California with my family.
Yeah.
I escaped the Nashville cold weather.
Yes.
And I'm just relaxing. I'm excited for 2018. Yeah, just lots of music going on.
What are you asking for Christmas?
Man, you know what? My wife stays on me so much about that, but this is like such a cop-out answer, but I love buying people stuff.
Yeah.
And when it comes to people buying me stuff, I get like weird and like, I don't know, and I just like throw down like my essentials. But this year my wife's literally been so intense about it. She's like, I'm sick of like you asking for socks, like, or, you know, just like boring stuff.
Well, Teddy, let me tell you, we talked to Andrew earlier from Project E6, and do you know what he said he wanted for Christmas?
socks.
Socks.
Not
it's
just,
true.
He wanted more. He wanted more like
fuzzy socks.
well, like character socks,
Character
like
socks?
something design wise. So not
Oh,
just
yeah.
plain
No,
ones,
of
but
course.
so you tell your wife there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. It's not the only one who wants socks.
Hey, Andrew and I are both from Orange County,
That's
California.
right. It's something you need, apparently, even though not
Hey,
really.
Okay, Teddy, hang on
Yeah,
though. Like,
right?
but you said like your wife wasn't gonna like let it go at that. So then, what did you end up
No
telling
way,
her you
Jose.
wanted
So
for Christmas?
So I'm probably not going to get any socks. I'm probably actually going to get cool stuff. Mm-hmm. But so I don't know. I'm getting into like more programming stuff, trying to get all fancy on the computer. So I asked for a couple programs. She said that was also pretty boring. So
You just can't please her.
yeah,
So your wife
true.
really
She's
wanted
like-
is she wanted you to ask for something she wanted to buy.
Yeah, for herself maybe too, like a family gift.
yeah. Hey, good. I'm starting to get it now.
Yes, you're
But
seeing the
We
picture.
did come to came to a pretty cool conclusion. We're not going to get each other gifts. Instead, we're going to get tattoos.
Ooh, that
Okay.
sounds so fun.
All right, that's the gift you can regret together all year round.
For the rest of your life.
Absolutely. Well, and it has to be Christmas tattoos too. So
That's
like,
such a fun idea. Oh,
no,
this is.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, no, you
It's
are
not going to be Christmas.
Teddy, I was going to
No,
say, please
we
tell
are
me.
doing tattoos.
Okay.
It's not Christmas tattoos.
Oh well, that's a huge mistake. You guys should get Christmas tattoos. It's perfect.
It just makes sense.
Well, I lost that battle as well. So
This is
that's
Teddy
probably
from
good.
Family Force 5. So the gift is going to be a tattoo for Christmas.
Wait,
are you going to get
yeah.
a big piece or like what are you going to get?
Well, now it's funny enough. I needed a Christmas list before, and now the pressure's on even more because it's not like, oh, what do you want for Christmas? It's now like, oh, what do you want on your body forever?
Even more pressure.
Yeah. So I don't know. We've both been like talking about like a couple little things that we want for like 3 years. So she was like, we're finally just going to do it. And I don't have any tattoos. She has 5.
Okay.
And so like pressure's on. This will be my first one. But there's this really cool artist in Los Angeles. His name is Sean from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And he just has like a different mind for tattoos. It's kind of like, call them fancy, classier stick figures, maybe.
Okay. All right.
That's
Okay.
what I'm going for. I tell people I'm going for the classy prison tattoo look.
Nice. Yeah, you won't regret
Not
that
like
at all.
yeah. Not at all.
Listen, I just want to tell you, like, if you're not really familiar with, tattoo and prison culture, do yourself a favor and maybe do a little Googling after he shows you a proof.
Just to make sure?
See if it means something you don't know. Okay.
Just to make
Well,
sure.
he's actually still in prison. So.
So,
just
you
kidding.
have to make sure of these things.
I'm just trying to help you. That's all. Okay. So look, let's talk about the band. What's going on with the band? You said music.
New Family Force 5 music?
Hey, how long have we been waiting for that?
It's been a while. No pressure, okay? No pressure or anything. But is
Here's
there
the thing.
any
I
update?
feel like last time we talked, I thought I had an update, and then turns out I didn't again. So they keep telling me one thing, and then I keep telling you one thing, and then that changes.
And that
so I kind of
changes?
feel bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're talking a new single, like finally dropping a song right at the front of the year.
Okay.
So the date of that, I don't know,
Sure.
Okay.
but we shall see.
Okay. All right.
Teddy
okay.
is so
all right.
hesitant,
Okay.
and that's fine.
All right, Teddy. Anything else about the band you want to tell us? Forget about music. What music? There's no music. What about the band? You guys got any like
Did you just do
early
the
year
Christmas
tours?
show?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Christmas show was wicked. We played 30 songs.
Jeez.
So
Whoa.
and a cool little twist to it is we had old Solomon Olds out at the show, and so we played songs that I personally have never played before off of Dance or Die, which
Yeah.
is the best record. So that was really fun for me because I've always wanted to play those songs, but we couldn't without Solly. So being able to do that was just like, that's where like 12-year-old me was like, whoa, man.
Just excited.
Yeah, just super excited. So, yeah, we did that. It was a free show, so it was, it's weird. People like free stuff, so it was packed out.
Who knew?
I know,
No.
right? Like, I was like, I don't know. But, no, it was incredible. And, yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? It sounds like things are moving for Family Force 5. So, Teddy.
No pressure again, though, in case anything changes. Maybe something new in the new year.
Merry Christmas. Get yourself a prison tattoo and come see us next year.
Yes, thank you.
That sounds like a great
you don't
Christmas.
Have any characters done of your face, Obadiah, do you? Because I might be feeling sentimental right now.
I'll tell you what, dude. Somebody did an ink for Nikki and I last year that's wonderful. I think it looked fantastic. Probably, I'm going to go on your forearm.
Yeah, that will look good.
Yeah, because that way it's really hard to cover up.
That way when you flex, he looks mad.
Yeah.
And then you unflex and he's happy.
Hey, there you go. So he'll always look mad.
Yeah, you can make him look mad.
All right, well, Teddy, hang on for us just one second.
Hang tight. So Family Force 5, always a must for our Christmas show.
Yes, indeed.
And hopefully then, like we heard, maybe in the new year will come a new song from them.
All right, Merry Christmas.
The Riot believes in truth, justice, the American way, and high-speed internet. No, faster. Radio U.
It is The Riot on Radio U.
Oh, my favorite awards music we've ever played.
It is time for the Riot Awards 2017.
I think it'll also work nicely for the Winter Olympics. It feels a bit like that.
Oh, you know what, Nikki? That's coming up later next year.
We will save that in your case. That's our award music and sporting events.
So let's talk about video games that came out this year. A big one was the Switch itself was released, Nintendo's new system.
True.
So for that, you ended up with Zelda, ARMS, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. But let's not forget about everybody else. You had Ghost Recon, Nier Automata.
You had the new Xbox system.
The Xbox One X hit, and they launched with... like one game, really? Okay, all right. So, like, they had Cuphead and they had Forza 7. Then you had Marvel vs. Capcom, Agents of Mayhem, Mass Effect Andromeda, Uncharted The Lost Legacy, For Honor, The Evil Within 2, Need for Speed Payback. I'm going on a list here. Shadow of War, Mario, Prey, Zelda, I said, Assassin's Creed... Horizon Zero Dawn.
Ooh, so the question is, out of this list, and there's others.
Yeah.
What's the Riot's pick for the top video game of 2017?
Ladies first, Nikki, while I sip this coffee.
It got me to buy the Nintendo Switch.
You guys don't see when I was sipping my coffee, I just jammed the stir stick in my eye.
That's my favorite game right there.
Watching you fall apart is the most fun I've had all year.
Every day. No, I would have to, of course, give it to Mario Odyssey. I bought a Switch for that reason. But I have a feeling it might lead to one more honorable mention because I played Mario Odyssey, but my Nintendo Switch is almost always played by Eric, who's playing Zelda. So Zelda is right there, too.
Well, I will tell you that my honorable mention this year goes to a PlayStation 4 exclusive, and I'm picking Horizon Zero Dawn.
You loved that game.
The only way that Horizon Zero Dawn ends up in second place is the year they release a game like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's the only way because Horizon Zero Dawn, unbelievable story, beautiful graphics, and fantastic gameplay. Like the world itself, there's so many things about that game that are so great. And part of my Christmas plans is to play through the DLC for that. But nothing can beat Zelda. Nothing. Like, there's just no way.
Wait, say it with the music.
Zelda! The Breath of the Wild.
Very nice.
All right. Zelda Breath of the Wild was...
still tops. I think most lists had that as tops.
See, you said Zelda and the music came back.
I was like, it's me.
No,
at least Switch gets top mention then.
It really does. I couldn't tell you in recent memory the last time I've had a game that I found to be anywhere near as engrossing as Zelda was. I just played and played. And it was so full of delight. I mean, I would laugh and smile while I played because there were so many times where I was like, oh, well, what if I put the stick here and there's no way that would work. It couldn't possibly. Oh my gosh, it worked.
It works.
Oh my gosh, it worked. And I mean, over and over again, just moment after moment like that, exploring, finding cool stuff, getting cool gear. I mean, they broke the mold and reset the mold and reset the bar so high.
So
it's so high.
That is your Riot Awards 2017 Video Game Edition.
So I picked Zelda for my game and you picked Mario
Odyssey.
Nintendo really came out on top there for sure.
It's the worst of the riot, because calling it the best of the riot would be a lie. Radio U.
It is the Riot on Radio U.
I am so excited when a few weeks ago the word came in that Mike Maines had come out with Christmas music.
Yes.
Because now Mike can be involved in our annual Christmas show that we do.
That's exactly
and
right.
This is his first time a part of that.
Now, Mike, you might not have known this, but that is kind of
Our tradition?
the ticket to entry. You have to have a Christmas song, and now you're there.
I'm there, finally.
Yay! So Mike came out with his Christmas EP called Christmas Magic, and I've mentioned it a few times. The O Come, O Come Emmanuel song that we play, I think has definitely made its way as my favorite Christmas song for this season.
Oh, come on, that makes me so happy.
So, Mike, what, Christmas EP, you love Christmas, but why did you pick this year to do Christmas music?
It's something that Shannon and I have been wanting to do for a really long time. And I, as you guys know, Shannon is my muse, and I've been trying to get her to write with me for a long time, but she loves Christmas so much. And so I conned her into going up to her parents' lake house in northern Michigan, and we just hung out in an Airstream for a week and wrote all these Christmas songs, and which was weird to be hanging out in the heat of July trying to feel
to
Christmassy.
do that? Sure.
Wait, Mike, can I ask you a weird question? Did you say that you went into the Upper Peninsula in Michigan in July, right?
Yeah, well, not Upper, but northern Michigan. We were in Leadington, Michigan.
Because everyone says that part of Michigan has a real problem with black flies in July.
Because you almost went to the upper part of Michigan.
Kidding. I almost went up there, and I had so many people tell me about black flies this year.
And we never heard of black. It's like, what is this?
I know. So did you see black flies when you were there in July?
Yeah, we don't get them too bad. The only time you have to worry about them is there's a state park that we take walks in, and yes, I'm pretty sure that Shannon got bit by them. We call everybody calls them something different. They're huge flies. Sometimes they call them black flies. Sometimes they call them horse flies.
Yeah,
I call them ouch.
Yeah. I've heard of horse flies before, but I guess I never thought they bit. So when he started reading that, he was like, all right, I'm going on vacation. And then 5 minutes later, he's like, I'm not going there during July.
It looked like such a great place to go on vacation. And when I started reading about it, I was like, nope, I am not going up there. So, I'm glad. Wait, is there a song on the Christmas EP called like Black Flies Ruined Christmas or anything? Or?
If not, maybe next year the full album.
That's the next one.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's the concept album.
Yeah, well, there's something there, dude. There really is. There really is. So, you know what? Let's talk Christmas traditions. What is your Christmas tradition you're looking forward to the most?
If you have one.
Yeah. Our so everything kind of starts on Thanksgiving. Shannon and I, that's where we really start to downshift. So every Thanksgiving day, Shannon and I walk, which I realize this doesn't have anything to do with Christmas, but I will get there. But we take this really long hike out to a lighthouse right on Lake Michigan. It's about a 4-mile hike round trip, and that's kind of where her and I. We just hike together for a couple hours, and we kind of downshift. We reflect on the year. What are we grateful for? Where do we feel like maybe we missed it in our faith journey, in our marriage, and our individual goals, and all that stuff? And it's just a time to kind of let the wind out of the sails. And then the one thing that we have done every single year for 10 years is go to Rick and Carrie Germain's. They took me in when I was 19, so I've been kind of on my own since I was about 15.
Yeah.
My parents were kind of out of the picture, and I've just lived with sort of surrogate families. But Rick and Carrie Germain really took me in. They're like a mom and dad to me when I was 19, strung out on drugs, and just in a really dark place. They just were a family to me. And so every Christmas Eve, they get all their kids together who now are very much like siblings to Shannon and I. And we hang out with them all Christmas Eve, unwrap presents, eat too much food,
Aww.
and then we hang out all Christmas Day.
Oh,
so
that's perfect.
Yeah, no matter what, we do that every year.
Oh, you have to always go home for Christmas.
Man, that
Aww.
that sounds great. Now, listen, she won't hear this, so have you decided what you're getting Shannon for Christmas? Is there plans?
Because you have to know now.
I do. I actually. So she is so. You guys know her. She's so. Well, she's very, very quiet.
She is.
She will not give me clues.
Aww.
So it's almost impossible. So this year, what I did, and I sound like such a guy, but I just took her to the mall and I took her to Anthropologie, and I just said, don't worry, you don't have to get anything. But then she picked out a ton of clothes, all of which looked really good on her, and she said, what do you think? Can I get a couple pieces? And I just grabbed all the clothes from her, and I got them all for her.
Oh,
so I had to trick her
into getting them.
Let me upgrade her wardrobe.
Aww.
And then and the other part is I'm actually doing the interview from St. Augustine, Florida. So we came down to hang out with her parents for a week down here. So that's kind of another part of our little Christmas present.
Well, Mike, it sounds like you got a great Christmas happening right now.
This is Mike Maines. You're coming off sounding all sorts of sweet.
He does. You'll notice, guys, if you've got a girl in your life, you'll notice that Mike said they all looked fabulous on her.
He knew what to do. And then you sweep, you just take your arm out and you sweep the clothes. You're just like, I'll take them all.
All of them.
All of them, please.
Let's do it. Well, Mike, that's amazing. It's been good talking to you. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and tell Shannon and everybody else that we said Merry Christmas to.
Merry Christmas to you guys, and I know I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You guys, you really mean so much to Shannon and I. Your faith, your love, and your generosity over these last few years has really given us an opportunity to be a band that does more than just scrape by. So we really love you guys. We love Radio U, and we appreciate your faith and support of our band.
Well, we love you guys too, and we're all family too.
Yes, indeed. You can always come to our house when you're in town.
Absolutely. Well, hang tight for a second. So Mike Maines, the Christmas EP is so good. It's called Christmas Magic, which you can find out through shop.radiou.com.
I know. You hate the Riot. Why are they on the radio?
Stupid. Yeah.
Honestly, we can't trust them with anything else. It's the Riot on Radio U.
It is the Riot on Radio U.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, we hope you have the best Christmas.
Yeah, the best gift I ever got for Christmas, my mom got me a game console, and I know she couldn't really afford it, but she got it.
You remember?
And, I totally remember it, and it was under the tree, and it was pretty much the only thing I got that year, but it was awesome. And I don't know, ever since I was tiny, video games were Christmas. And as you can see, I've grown into someone that's still spending a lot of money on video games at Christmas.
Well, I think it's we don't realize, maybe you do more if you're buying all your friends Christmas presents and stuff. It's a lot of effort in things, but we have to always remember, if you look back with your childhood, if you had a parent who was always trying to at least get you that thing.
Yeah, sure.
That item, and I bet the console was that. She just wanted you to have it.
I will say the greatest gift that I probably ever got from my mom, and especially, from my grandparents and my dad and different people that were talking to me about it, is I've had a group of people throughout my life that have talked to me about who Jesus is and what he was about. And that has been the greatest gift that I've gotten, because I will have to say, I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but you know what? I've had some rough patches in my life. I've had some absolutely fantastic patches in my life too. And in the middle of all of that, the one thing that I've been able to hold on to has been the relationship that I have with Jesus. The fact that he loves me, the fact that he's there for me, and the fact that between the two of us, we can do it. We can do it. We can face it. We can get through it. We can get on the other side. And I don't have to be afraid. I don't have to anything. I don't have anything to prove. It's amazing. And it's that thing where, sorry guys, that relationship with Jesus, it's the thing that kind of informs everything else. It's enabled me to do so many other things in my life, because Jesus has healed me. He's taught me how to live. He showed me a better way to do things. When I think there's no way out, or it's going to go terrible, it's always so bad, he always spins it around and shows me, no. Better things can come of this. This can turn around. And that relationship I have with him has changed my whole life. And that has been the best gift that my family ever gave me, was talking to me about and showing me who Jesus was. And that's what the Riot wants to do, is just turn around and help you have that very same gift. Nothing really special about Obadiah or Nikki or anybody else. We weren't specially chosen to have a relationship with God. Each of us was chosen. And that's the story of Christmas. God coming to earth, showing up physically to let you know that, hey, not only is there forgiveness, but there's a future for you, a future that is better, and it's not alone. because you're going to be there and Jesus is going to be right there with you. So whether it's today, next week, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, March of 18, whatever the heck it is, you're not doing it alone because God is there with you. Let him in. If you've never started a relationship with Jesus, this year, accept that gift and say, Jesus, I want that. I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. I want to have a relationship with you. I want you to be around all the time. And God hears that, and he's there. And you know what? If you got something else going on that is bothering you, like Christmas, something, family, friends, presents,
all of it.
whatever, I want you to know you can talk to God about that and ask him for help.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the Radio U network through the Radio U app or at riot.radiou.com.
I think he's like, my nutty buddy. I take him with me where I go.